Well, good morning everyone. Today is March the 5th, 2025. Soon spring will be here. Yesterday, the temperature rose to +7 Celsius and it rained heavily. And consequently, we had huge ice breakups on the river and quite a bit of flooding at the beginning. Looks like it settled down though. However, I saw from my window that there's still a lot of ice around the bend further back that way. So why don't we go take a look and see what's what. Well, I must say, the paths are a little bit icy and treacherous. So we're going to take it carefully. Don't tell Anna, my wife. She'll be heavily annoyed with me. Shh. But let's see what we can see. You can hear the crunching. The temperatures drop down to +1. Feels like -3. It is a bit one of those wet colds, you know, that seep right into your bones. Yeah, and you know, upstairs in my condo, by the door, I have a couple of hiking sticks with sharp points on the ends. Was I smart enough to bring it along with me? No. Well, we'll struggle through. Oh, well, that's interesting. That looks like coyote paths. Well, took me a little bit, but I figured out it's easier to walk beside the path in a little bit of snow than it is to walk on the path itself. So, making better progress. Oh, and here we're starting to see some of the ice. Not sure why we have a blue ribbon tied around the tree. Tie a blue ribbon around the old oak tree. Yeah, it just doesn't seem to work. Yeah, so we have a bit of flooding. All the way down that way. A number of years ago, when we had an extremely cold winter, in the spring breakup, you can see a couple of larger pieces of ice down there. But they had huge slabs of ice, a foot and a half thick, and they were stacked up like books on a bookshelf on a slight angle all the way down, and caused a massive dam, and so it flooded this entire area all the way up to the park path that we'd walked on a little bit earlier. Just a massive flood, but must admit, that happens very, very rarely. Let's see if we can walk around. Well, I'm following the footprints of some intrepid explorer before me. I just hope he didn't get lost, or she. It's wet, soggy. So I think it still had a bit of a flood here. Whoa. I think Luke from the Outdoor Boys would appreciate my adventure here. Or maybe not. Maybe he'd think I'm just a sissy. never seen the Outdoor Boys, they've got about 10 million subscribers, so you've probably heard of them. I highly recommend. Well, I think I see civilization coming out of the wilderness. Well, okay, we're back on the main trail. Must admit, walking through that deep snow, quite a workout for the legs. Straight through, right side or left side? I think left side. So yeah, quite a workout for the legs. I suspect that if it hadn't been for my skiing this year and the exercise I got there, I probably would have been in much sadder shape than I am now. But I put on a pot of coffee just before I went out, so when I get back inside I should have a nice treat. Well, okay, so that looks ominous. The river actually starts past those two little trees. Not little trees, but those trees over there. So the fact that the ice has come all the way up so far onto the riverbank speaks quite a bit about the amount of ice and the strength and power of the river. My goodness, look at this. I don't know if you can see how thick the ice is. Remember I told you about that ice dam of a number of years ago? Well, the ice was twice as thick as this. That had been a very, very cold winter. But the ducks are out. So are the geese, loving it. I have no idea, there's a sign over there, but I have no idea what it's supposed to mean. Well, you can't see it, but up there is a hawk. They usually look for squirrels, maybe rabbits, but I don't think so today. Let's take a walk further down near the dam and see what sort of activity is going on there. See if we can get down there without me killing myself. Don't tell Anna. Well, that's, I think, enough of a walk in the park today. It's getting a little chilly. So what's interesting, and I've seen it a number of times, is that all of this ice is stopped by a number of little choke points along the way. And on one day, on a sunny day, it'll warm up enough that those choke points will just suddenly dissolve. And within, I would say, between 4 and 6 hours, all of that ice is gone downriver towards the mouth of the Humber. Maybe it chokes up somewhere else further downstream, but it's absolutely incredible how quickly the ice will clear away from here. Speaking of clearing away from here, I'm off to back home. See you in the next video.